Join me for this summer of 2022 Europe trip where I begin my journey from Paris and then go to Finland, Estonia and Sweden. This is an amazing part of the world during the summers as the days are very long and it gives the tourists enough time to enjoy the outdoors. Hey guys, welcome to Paris. So I'm here today going to the Eiffel Tower, and that's gonna be the very first place that I'm gonna go visit. And first we're gonna take a public transport from the 9th ARR. That's the place that we're staying. And you can already see behind me this beautiful architecture that Paris always has. And that's why it attracts a lot of artists throughout so many centuries. So now we're gonna have to walk for 10 minutes and then catch a plane to Eiffel Tower. Public transport is super convenient in Paris. The metro is the cheapest, easiest, and the fastest way to get around in Paris. Metro starts running every day, including public holidays at around 6 a.m. and stops around 12:45 on weekdays or 1:45 on Friday and Saturday. So I'm here now at the Eiffel Tower and it's really pretty. You can see right behind me. This is the building that was the tallest building and iconic building in all of Europe. So really amazing to be here and observe the city. We're gonna get a view from up top as well later on when we actually do the tour. So that's gonna be at 12:30. Right now we have some time to just walk around and have some fun and enjoy the views. And we are waiting for our guide to arrive. This is gonna be a tour where we're gonna go with a group of people, and from there we're gonna go to the first level where we could take the stairs or we could take the elevator. We've chosen to take the stairs just to get some exercise in and also kind of enjoy the view a little bit more. We're probably not gonna go to the second level because it's gonna be too much of exercise. But so that's the plan for now, just waiting for the guide to arrive. So it looks like there are two entrances to enter the Eiffel Tower. There's the entry 1, which seems to be the elite entry, and then there's the entry 2, which is on the opposite side. And then of course right behind the Eiffel Tower is a really beautiful park that has a lot of tourists, and you could just take a bunch of pictures from there and enjoy yourself. Long wait to get to the Eiffel Tower, about an hour or so in the line, and then you have about 30 minutes to get to the top, about 700 steps to the second level. All right, finally it's time to get inside. We're gonna scan our bags and head to the stairs. She's asking what a beautiful view of the city, and then of course you have a lot of people eating, and that's the park. So you can see behind me a lot of monuments that we would be seeing, and also there's the lake, but now we're gonna go ahead and check out the hydraulics. Eiffel Tower is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Its design has 18,038 metallic parts. It needed about 50 engineers and designers and about 150 workers in its construction. So we're climbing now to the second level, and right behind me you can see that original pulley system they used to have the elevators pulled up. It's quite a hike, but it's a lot more fun than just going on an elevator. One thing that we discovered was that these are the nuts that are very important, and there are about a few million of these nuts that are required. So we just saw a man sitting like a statue, obviously, outside of the elevator. That's pretty famous, so pretty fun. And yeah, the elevator takes you all the way up, and then if you are going to climb the way back, you could always take the elevator. You don't need a ticket for that. So we're still here at the Eiffel Tower at the second level. There's one more level above us, which is the summit. Now from here, you can see that this is the main place where there are a lot of people that do protests or the military marches. And then when you go all the way down, there is France flag hoisted on top of that building. Looks like that might be a military base. And there are so many other monuments that you could see from this side. You could see that golden dome. You could also see, another church. You could see an American church over there as well, which is a little Gothic. So we've been spending almost all day today at the Eiffel Tower, and I would say definitely one of the top places to be here in Paris. It's a great experience. You could see some really glorious views of all of the city from here, from the lake to all the monuments, and much more. So a must do when you come here, just remember to make sure that you are ready to see such a beautiful experience and you're able to enjoy it. We're gonna take the elevator down now and get to the base of the Eiffel Tower so we can head to the rest of the day. There are 5 lifts at the Eiffel Tower. It took 2 years, 2 months and 5 days to construct this beautiful Eiffel Tower. This Eiffel Tower has 7,300 tons of iron and fun fact, Eiffel Tower continues to change its color every few years. Before this current color, its color was red. It better be, as we are here. Woo-hoo! So now we're gonna go and do an experience of a panoramic view of a really beautiful rooftop bar where you could see the Eiffel Tower from. So let's go ahead and check it out. Most beautiful views of Paris under the sunset on top of the Montparnasse Tower. Montparnasse Tower, or the Tower Montparnasse, is the only skyscraper in Paris located in the 15th ARR of the French capital. It is the most controversial building in the city because a lot of people believe that it spoils the view of the city, but also from this tower you get some magnificent views, so it does both of these things at the same time. So we're going down now, back from this rooftop experience. This was great and amazing and we had a lot of fun. Today, we're gonna do 4 places in Paris. Louvre Museum. We're also going to do a boat ride in the famous river inside Paris. Then we're gonna do the hop-on, hop-off bus experience. That's gonna cover a lot of the museums. And then the first thing we're gonna do is the hot air balloon experience. It's gonna be so much fun getting some beautiful views of the city going in the hot air. Before we go to our hot air balloon experience, it's always a good idea to try some French pastries and of course some French coffee. So that's what my friends are gonna do inside. So we were just trying the pastry. How was it, Gurdu? Oh yeah, you like it? What is in it?
There's strawberries and cream and like sweet bread. I need to be clear.
Nice. All right. So a must try if you come here, some French pastries. So when you're in Paris, you could just take public transport to everywhere. And what I've done is taken zone 1 and 2 pass for 24 hours. That costs €7.50. So that's what I'm using to get in and around in Paris. That's the hot air balloon that we're gonna be going in. So this is it's like in a park and tied to some sort of a rope so it doesn't go too far, but pretty interesting experience here, going on a hot air balloon and getting a nice view here. We ended up skipping the hot air balloon experience because of the long lines, and also we had an appointment at Seine Chapel at 2 o'clock. All right, we got us some water. Top up on water is very necessary when there's so much heat. Okay guys, so we're gonna try the Paris fountain water for the first time, and we're hoping that this is gonna be very different, so I'll tell you. Drink it and then tell. It's like soda. I thought that the fountain won't give you sparkling water. That is insane. So now we're gonna be waiting for this bus cum train. That's a little bit of a different style train, and we're gonna take that a few stops and get to our 2 o'clock appointment and then to the 3 o'clock appointment. Now we've arrived at Notre Dame, and this is where we're gonna go to. Saint Chapel Museum is the next stop for us, and you can notice that this is a little bit of a different type of a train than we're used to. So this is not the metro. It has 2 levels, pretty comfortable, very good. We walked into this courtyard of what had been once the palace of King of France, and in the center was this jewel box that was the Saint Chapel. Right behind me you see the lines to get into the Saint Chapel. So this is the area, the 4th ARR, where all of the museums and all the monuments are. So if you're planning on coming here, you could cover everything in one go. Okay. Hello, for 3 of us. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ah bon, c'est bon.
Thank you. His was the royal chapel. This was a chapel attached to the royal palace for the use of the king and his household, but it's much more than that. It's said that more than 3/4 of these buildings are made of glass, and there's light when it floods in. It creates this pattern of golden and red and blue and purple. This is a crowning achievement of Gothic architecture. And going back to the base of the chapel in these winding stairs. Definitely the top part was magnificent part and was really fun, so we enjoyed it. Now we're gonna go ahead and get to the Louvre Museum. Now the next stop is the main attraction, the Louvre Museum. So really excited to go there and check out some of the things like Mona Lisa. I know there's going to be huge lines over there as well. So we have a reservation for 3 o'clock and it's 5 minutes to 3. So let's see how that goes. Looks like here you have the Louvre Museum. There are 5 places as iconic as museum. It's not only a top bucket list item for travelers to the City of Lights, but in its pre-pandemic days, this was the most visited museum in the entire world, receiving more than 10.2 million visitors annually. Welcome to this beautiful Louvre Museum. It's so amazing. It's majestic views all around. Really a lot to see. Right behind me you see Giovanni Sarordini, and there's an urban legend that this guy was murdered where everybody was punished. He held his head in his hand and actually started walking. We don't know how true that story is, but that's definitely the urban legend. Hey guys, so now we're here wrapping up our Louvre Museum tour. We went for some dinner and now we're gonna go to the Eiffel Tower and take the cruise, which is usually 10 euros, but it's included in the Paris pass. There's a 1-hour cruise on the river Seine that I would highly recommend. Seine cruises through France are ideal for art, history, and wine lovers alike. In addition, seeing architecture marvels like Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame, the Seine River has 37 picturesque bridges in Paris alone. Today is day 3 in Paris, and today I have a lot of fun planned. We're going to take the hop-on, hop-off bus, which is going to go to all of the important monuments here in Paris. And then we've kept the day open so we can decide whatever it is that we want to do, wherever we want to stop and get off, we could do that as well. So a really fun day planned today, and we've decided to walk here for a few minutes to Opera, which is where we're going to get the red bus and start our journey. How does Paris hop-on, hop-off bus work? This style of bus, which is very popular and you can find one in every city, allows you to see all of the famous landmarks in a city while using the bus as a way to conveniently take you from one point to another. Important thing is that this bus is surely going to take you to all of the monuments that you must visit. Every tour operates on a route stopping at various landmarks. You can either ride the bus through the whole circuit or get off at the sites that interest you. The Arc de Triomphe was designed by Jean-Charles Le Green in 1806. It is mark of France's great history and a tribute to people who fought and died for the country in the French Revolutionary War and Napoleonic War. Right behind me, you see this structure. It looks like a mosque, but this is actually a Russian church. This is also one of the important attractions when you come to Paris for you to visit. So, right behind me, the Russian church. In next week's video, I continue my Europe 2022 trip and visit Helsinki, Finland. Being in Europe in July is awesome as the days are so long and you get so much time as a tourist to explore the attractions and to do fun activities. We'll cover Helsinki in a dedicated video coming soon. Helsinki, I found out that mostly is famous for its museums, rich heritage, sauna followed by swimming in cold water, and some amazing scenery. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit the like button.